When we talk about choosing a trading strategy or, picking a stock with options that we like to trade, we talk a lot about implied volatility, and that when implied volatility is high, it can represent opportunity. The reason is that higher implied volatility means higher option prices, all other things being equal, which means that you're being rewarded for taking risk. And that can point us towards short premium strategies. But looking at implied volatility isn't the whole picture. Let me explain what's going on here. If I look at these SPY options with 0 DTE, and I'm choosing these because this is the most glaring example of this, you'll see that the implied volatility in this column here for the at-the-monies with the stock trading at 723.22, the at-the-money volatility is 1266. For the put side, 1251 for the call side. Okay, that's about what volatility is for the 0 DTEs in the SPX. But that leads to the question, well, if 12% is good, isn't 16, 17% better? If 17% is good, isn't 27.5% better? Well, yes and no. Because if you keep chasing volatility, if you keep chasing implied volatility, what happens is, especially with the closer you get to expiration, what happens is, look at how these implied volatilities keep going up and up and up to where the 690 puts have a 77.56 implied volatility. That's a lot bigger than 12.5%. What's going on? Why is this happening? And would I consider selling that 690 put? Well, it has 0 bid. That should clue you in as to why this is happening. The implied volatility of an option is generated by successively testing individual volatility inputs into a pricing model, like Black-Scholes. So you put in the other inputs, stock price, days expiration, strike price, etc., and you input volatility estimates until the theoretical value coming out of that model, the theoretical value of the option, is equal to its market price. Now, look at these Vega numbers for a second. There's 0. Vega is the Greek that measures an option sensitivity to a change in implied volatility. Higher Vega means a 1% change in volatility means the option price changes a lot. Low Vega means that a 1% change in implied volatility barely moves that option. And with 0 Vega, and let's be fair, let's go to something that has a small Vega, not 0. Let's look at these. So let's look at the 715 puts here. 4 cents at 5 cents. 4 cent bid at 5 cents. 31.9% volatility. 2.5 times higher than the at-the-money volatility. Does that mean it's a good sale? Well, not necessarily, and here's why. So if I click on the bid of that 715 call, and yes, it's 0 DTEs, I get that, but the max profit is $4. The most I can make on that trade is $4, and I'm using up $13,633 of trading capital. That's a lot of money to be putting up to make $4. Okay, let's go out, let's clear this out and go out to a further expiration, something like 44 days. And you'll see a different situation. So I can go out to those, let's say the 650 puts, for example. Those are 251. Those have a 23.5% volatility, as opposed to the at-the-money, it's about 20%, so it's a little bit higher. And the reason, okay, that the Vega here is 19. So the volatility doesn't have to go up nearly as much to make that theoretical value equal to $1.02. If I sell that put for $1.02, max profit is 102, buying power effect is 9,000. So a lot bigger max potential profit for a lower capital requirement. I'm not saying you want to do these trades. I'm not saying selling naked puts in SPY is a great idea. All I'm saying is that volatility, So the zero DTE option had us, what, 77% volatility? This has 30% volatility. And I think the 30% volatility creates a more interesting opportunity. What happens with, as you approach expiration, look at what happens. Let's go strike by strike. So you look at the, where was I at? I was at the 695s. So let's say this, or the 700s. Let's do the 700s. 700s with zero DTE, 67.7% volatility, zero Vega. Let's go to the 700s in here. Go here, right here. 17.15%, 85 Vega. Look at that 85 Vega as opposed to zero. Vega decreases as you approach expiration. That's what's happening. So the closer an option is to expiration, the higher its implied volatility has to be to make its theoretical value equal to the market value. And when the market value of an option is 0 or 1 cent or 2 cent, the implied volatility has to be really high to make the theoretical value equal to that when the Vega is very small. So don't be misled by high implied volatility when the actual option price isn't worth very much at all and isn't worth, the profit doesn't make taking the risk and putting up that much capital worth doing the trade. That's the point I'm trying to make here. Volatility, implied volatility, is one step in the trade selection process. Yes, all other things being equal, high implied volatility is more attractive. But when you approach expiration and the Vega starts dropping and the implied volatilities start spiking up for those far out of the money options, don't get suckered in to a high capital, high risk trade for a very low reward. Now, none of this is a trade recommendation. And if you do decide to trade this stuff, make sure that you use a smart strategy and don't take any more risk than you are comfortable with.